going on for you and how could I help?
I just had a couple questions I wanted to run through with you. I guess the first one, since I'm doing the logics game part, I have some confusion of when I should be creating different diagrams. Yeah, that's my first question. Since we're watching the videos and I know there's different ones depending on the games, but I still get kind of confused on which type I should be using.
Sure. So do you mean like ordering diagrams versus grouping diagrams?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Great question. So it really depends on the task they're asking you to perform in the game. So games that involve chronology, like time of day or day of the week, those will typically be ordering games.
Mhm.
And then whether it's relative or strict ordering depends on the nature of the rules. So relative ordering games will have rules that relate the variables to each other, like A is before B, rather than relating them to specific placements or slots.
Mhm.
And then grouping games, they might ask you to associate variables of one type with variables of another type, which would be matching, or they might ask you to choose some but not others, which would
Mhm.
be in and out. So the
Okay.
task they ask you to do tells you the game type, which then typically has a certain kind of diagram associated with it.
Okay. Um, the second question I had was when should we be using contrapositive and when we shouldn't be using that?
Yeah, sure. So contrapositive is a tool that you can use to take the given information and frame it in a different way. And it's typically most useful when you're linking together multiple conditional statements. So
Mhm.
if you see the same variable featured in multiple rules and you want to link those rules together, but as they are originally formulated, as they're originally given to you, you can't connect them smoothly. You might want to take the contrapositive of at least one of them in order to make that link happen.
Okay. Um, and another question I had was how often should I be reviewing? I know I struggle a lot with these logic games, so I don't know what structure I should be following when reviewing. So yeah, if you can give me any tips for that.
Sure. I actually have a full length class in the course going over how to review LSAT questions. So rather than just recap all of that or try to summarize all of that, I'm going to refer you there and I'll
Okay.
send you a link to that after this call.
Okay. I think the other thing I was just kind of debating was when I should be taking the test. I was thinking August, but now I don't know if I should be aiming towards October. I just want to be most prepared for it. So
Well, if you
that
want to be most prepared and maximize your fullest potential, I typically recommend at least 5 to 6 months.
yeah.
So that might push you towards taking it later. But if you feel you'll be ready by August and you've
Mm,
put in a lot of time, then August could be okay. I'm not going to dismiss it out of hand. But
right.
on average, more time is relatively better if possible. And taking it in October still allows you to apply perfectly early in the cycle.
Right. Okay. Yeah, those are the main things I had questions about.
Sure. Any other general questions as you're progressing through the course? What's your experience like so far?
I really like it. I think the way it's outlined really helped me just kind of dive into it instead of just be wandering around with where do I start. And I really like that logic games is first because now I see that that's what I struggle with, and I should be focusing a lot of my time there.
And that you can beat it. That logic games might seem the most intimidating at first, but it is the most learnable. That's part of why I put it first, because it's typically the lowest hanging fruit. So I'm glad
Right.
you're having that experience. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm on week 3 now, so I'll be moving forward with the course. But I've enjoyed it so far. I also like how you give us breaks in the outline because it can be draining, especially learning something so new that I've never really experienced. So, yeah, my
Awesome.
experience has been great. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm really glad to hear it. Well, please keep in touch and let me know if you need anything at all as you move forward. I'm happy to help.
Okay. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.